Hi, this is Alex from phpacademy.org, and this is a video tutorial for the new Boston. Now, in this Ajax series, we've already looked at using the XML HTTP variables we've been using, and we've been posting data to our page using the get method. So we've been picking data up in our include file using $_get. Now, what if we want to send post data through to another file? So we're going to do exactly the same format as we've done before, but this time we're going to create a little program, or script rather, that allows us to have an input box on the page and a submit button. Now, when the user clicks this submit button, we're going to be transferred, obviously using Ajax, to update.inc.php. And what this is going to do is it's going to insert a piece of data, if you like, into the database. So let's first of all have a look at the database structure and what we're actually going to be doing here. So ID, we can ignore this for now. This is a primary key and it's auto increment. So if you're following along this tutorial and you want to create this table, we've got the database called Ajax, the table called data, and inside of this we've got the ID and data field. So ID, like I just said, it's an integer data type, it's the primary key, and we've got an auto increment. So for every insert we make to this thing, for every record we create, this is going to be an auto incrementing value. If you've watched my other tutorials on databases, you'll understand what this is. If not, go back and have a look at them. So data is just simply going to be the just a string of data. It will literally just be a string of data. So this example is just going to demonstrate how to input something onto there, and then hopefully you can come away from this knowing how to use this post method through Ajax, and you can incorporate this into your own website with posting data. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is design our form. So let's go back over to our index.php file and we'll start to create a rough outline of our page. So here we've got our root HTML tags, then our head tag, and then our body tag. So inside head we're going to be putting the function that's actually going to update the database. Well, it's going to call Ajax and then post the data to this update.inc.php. So we're going to transfer data from the form to this function, or call this function, which is going to pick up this specific field on the form using the getElementById in JavaScript, and then we're going to get the value of that form and submit it through. So that's just a rough outline of what we're going to be doing. So first of all, we're just going to create an area where we will eventually write our Ajax into. So we've got script type, and we'll end the script there. Remember, the type is text JavaScript because Ajax is essentially JavaScript and XML. So inside of our body, what do we need to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is just simply create a label. So I'm going to say insert. So I'm going to say insert, and then I'm going to create an input field with a type text. The name of this is going to be let's call it insert text. In fact, we'll just call it text for now. That'll keep things simple. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to create a button. So let's create an input type button. We'll give this a value of submit, and we'll want to say onClick equals, and we want to call a function name. Now the function name will be inside here, which will then process this update.inc.php using Ajax. So I'm going to call the function, let's say insert. Okay, so we've called this insert function, which obviously at the moment doesn't exist. So let's create that now. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what this program, how this is going to work, what we're going to do is we're going to make an alert quickly just to check that this function is being called properly. So I'm just going to write OK in there. So let's go back to and preview our HTML. So we've got insert and we've got a text value here that we can type in. So we can type a value into here and then click submit, and it should be alerted by calling this function. So let's just type in test. click submit, and we get OK back. Now let's try and access this this value here, this text value here. So I'm going to say we'll just create a new variable called let's say text value, and that's going to equal get element by ID, and that is text dot value.